Hey y'all, Chad here with Southern Reliable Lawn Care. I appreciate you tuning back in for another video of mine. In today's video, I'm going to be testing out the SCAG SFC30 versus the TORO TURFMASTER HDX, both 30-inch commercial units, up against each other in different kind of tests. Going to be mulching tests, bagging tests, you name it. There's going to be plenty of tests I'm going to try out today, and that way we can kind of see side by side how they compare. So I know in the first video it's got, I think, 17,000 videos or 17,000 views, excuse me, now, which is awesome. I appreciate y'all watching the video. It has a lot, has over 100 likes, and that's awesome. That's so cool for somebody of my caliber. It's just a small little lawn care YouTube channel. So thank y'all for watching this video, and I hope this video helps you in any kind of decision making you might have to be making soon, whether you're trying to buy one of these units or you just wanted to kind of just see what's going on. So let's get right into it. All right, y'all. So first things first, we got the 2023 TORO TURFMASTER HDX coming up against the 2021 SCAG SFC30, both 30-inch commercial units. SCAG is running the Kohler Command Pro, and the TURFMASTER is running the Kawasaki, the F180 JV or something like that. I can't remember right off the top of my head, but here I'm just showing you the blank canvas of the ugly backyard of mine that I'm working with. It's a project of mine that I'll be working on, so please just disregard the background or the grass. But here I'm adding debris. This is actual debris that you would see in a lawn. Down here in Southeast Texas, you'll see a bunch of pine needles, leaves, branches, you name it. So this is a real, true life scenario here, but I'm just stacking it up extra thick to give you guys a better example or an extreme example of the conditions that I'll be battling down here in Southeast Texas most days, especially in the fall. And here I just wanted to mark up the area, kind of just so we have a set area and we don't get lost, in space as far as where we're working and what we're doing here. So just wanted to show you guys what we're starting with. This is a couple inches thick of some pine needles, and I'm going to make sure to even that up here in just a second. But just showing y'all what we're working with, what we're starting with. So here I am having to hit the SCAG with a little bit of starter fluid. This is ether. Ether burns a little bit, we'll say stronger or hotter than gasoline. And it's a little more powerful than gasoline, so it allows the engine to start. Looks like the carb's maybe a little bit more, a little bit gummed up from sitting. It does need a carb replacement, but anyways, that's besides the point. It started right up, it fired right up, and it's sitting at 120 hours. The TORO TURFMASTER, I'm unsure of the hours, to be honest with you, due to no hour meter, but it's up there at 120 or past, I'd say for sure. Here I'm just dropping down both decks to 2.5 inches, so that way we're working with an even playing field here. Of course, the pile of debris that I'll be running over will be a little bit higher than 2.5 inches, so I will have to lift the front of the deck a little bit on both mowers to make sure I get a good feed underneath the deck of that debris. So just showing you guys here that it is on 2.5 inches all the way around, and we're working with an even playing field. And while we're on the topic, I truly enjoy the TORO TURFMASTER's, the HDX's height adjustment. I prefer that over the SCAG. The SCAG is one lever. You are having to move the whole weight of that SCAG's deck up with that lever. So that's just a quick little thing here. If you notice, I do try to go the same speed with both mowers, but obviously that's a little bit hard to control since, the mowers do kind of handle the debris, the piles of debris a little bit differently. Here, the first pass is kind of hard to tell, but I would give the first pass to the SCAG. As you just noticed, it's a little bit more mulched up. So first pass, TORO on the left, SCAG on the right, and I give the first pass to the SCAG. And really not going after the fan palm there, that palm leaf there. I'm really not going after it at this point. I'm just kind of leaving it in the way. But here is the second pass with the SCAG, and looks pretty clean if you ask me. That was a pretty clean pass with how much debris we started out with. If you guys remember, you know, we started out with a lot of debris here, and we're mulching it up pretty good. So here's the second pass with the TORO, and I will have to say that I'll probably have to give it to the SCAG on that one. I don't know, that's a tough one. They're almost pretty close, but I'll let you guys decide. Let me know down in the comments below which one you give the winning to on the mulching aspect. This is first and second pass, so let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Here I'm going to do the first pass over the palm leaf with the TORO, just so you can kind of see, just because I believe the SCAG would do a better job. So I wanted to give the TORO a benefit of the doubt, at least give it an option to run at it. Here you see there's no leaves left on that thing. It's just a straight stock, just a straight stem. So SCAG did finish up the job there. And here's the leftovers of the TORO that I'm looking at here. And here's the leftovers from the SCAG. And I'm gonna do one more pass on the TORO TURFMASTER just to kind of show you guys that, I mean, the SCAG does a cleanup job on this mulching aspect for sure. I mean, it is a pretty good job here. And I apologize, guys. I'm realizing that green wasn't the best color spray paint to use. I know it's really hard to see things and makes it a little bit difficult. Sorry about that.
What about you, Robert?
Can you see? Not too good. I mean, if I don't move my head, I can see you pretty good, more or less.
So now we'll move on to the second test in the lineup here. I'm going ahead and putting down some more debris. Let's call it debris, because it's leaves, pine needles, all kinds of stuff. So I'm putting down two fresh piles of debris here. We'll move into the second test, which will be bagging. And then here you can kind of see how easy or not easy it is to change out each of the bags. Really not a big fan of the SCAG's placement over the prongs. Those little side prongs go for the bag, but that's another story. It's a different video, I guess. But here, you know, obviously I do have to lift up on the front of the deck just because I'm running at 2.5 inches. So there at the SCAG, I thought did a pretty good job on the first pass. If you do ask me. And here is the first pass with the TORO bagging. Now, previous to this testing, I had always thought that the TORO was superior to the SCAG in the bagging aspect. But here you see with the first pass versus first pass, I don't know. I think it's, I'd call it pretty even Stevens on that one, if I have to say so myself. Here I'll do the second pass, starting with the TORO. Does a pretty good cleanup job there. Does a really good job there. Let's see what the SCAG can do on the second pass. It did leave a little bit of debris there. So if you notice, SCAG here on the left, branches, all kinds of stuff. And then if you notice here on the right, in just a second, we'll be looking at the TORO's second pass. So this is the second pass on the TORO, and you got branches and stuff as well, but I don't know. I'm thinking the TORO might have won that one. So we have the SCAG winning the mulching aspect, TORO winning the bagging aspect, but you do have to keep in mind the SCAG does have a bigger bag. It has a 2.5 bushel bag versus the TORO, I believe it's just a 2 bushel bag. So you can hold a little bit more debris on the SCAG, on SCAG's end here. And here I'm just showing you both mowers going over the SCAG side of the playing field here, of the testing field. So I don't know, I'm just kind of running over it here with the TORO to clean everything up, because I just felt that the TORO did a better job bagging. So to clean everything up, I went with the TORO, and it seems to have done a pretty good job. So here I want to dump out everything. This will be like, I guess the third test, considered the third test. I wanted to dump out all the debris next to each other in piles, just so you could see how fine the mowers are, you know, chopping this stuff up or mulching this stuff up. So I did do, it looks like a little bit more debris with the TORO, but I also think the SCAG kind of mulched it up a little bit better inside that bag. So even though the TORO has a more of a suction, it may be sucking up more of the debris, I believe the SCAG might be mulching more of it up, and this has maybe a less vacuum on it. So just showing you the piles side by side here, SCAG versus TORO, and just truly hope this helps anybody that may have had any questions on how these two machines perform, especially next to each other. I've been very fortunate to have both of these units, and I just wanted to share my experience with y'all, you know. So and here I just wanted to show you again, you know, I've mentioned this in a couple in my other video, that the bag for this SCAG is much bigger, you know, 2.5 bushels. And just throwing the mulching plate, the mulching kits back in, mulching plugs, TORO is night and day difference as far as how easy it is to get in. If you notice with the SCAG, I fought that plug on the way out earlier, and I fought it on the way in. So moving to the fourth test here, I wanted to show you guys how well or how not well these mowers track on a hill. So I have a little bit of a berm here in the backyard, and I just wanted to show you guys at an angle. If you notice, the front wheels are, you know, pointed in the air to make sure this thing stays. Both mowers have wheels pointed higher up so that it stays in track. So neither one of them hold hills very well. I wouldn't recommend them for mowing hills, I guess, but I do understand that some yards are just, you know, more steep or steeper than others. So if you are mowing a steep hill with these mowers, just know that you'll have to kind of adjust to the hill there when you're mowing it. But here we're moving to the fifth and final test. I wanted to do two paths, you know, two mowing paths right next to each other. TORO versus the SCAG, you know, 2 stripes each. Here I'm starting out with the TORO. My yard wasn't too, you know, it didn't really need to be mowed, but it was a little scraggly, so you can definitely tell where the mower has been. Here with the TORO, you can see the stripe going out, and then you'll be able to see the stripe coming in here in just a second. And I'll do the same thing with the SCAG SFC30 right next to it, maybe leaving like an inch or 2 in between. So here I'm just leaving like an inch or 2 in between the pass, but they are kind of getting a little bit mingled there. Just wanted to show you guys, you know, 2 stripes side by side, so that way, you know, you guys can see how well these 2 units stripe. Here I'm going to give it to the SCAG. I think the SCAG won this one. The lines just look a little bit more defined, a little bit crispier. So we have the SCAG winning in the mulching aspect and the striping aspect. I would give the TORO the bagging aspect and the just kind of switching out of attachments and that kind of thing, like ease of use. Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it, just ease of use. But here you see the SCAG kind of took it in the stripe department. Don't mind the debris in the background that was from the last folks, and I still kind of gotta get it cleaned up. Right now we're just kind of keeping it up for privacy. But here you see the 2 stripes of the TORO, 2 strikes for the SCAG. I'll let you guys be the decision makers. Let me know down in the comments what you have winning and why. And I appreciate y'all tuning back in for another video. If you found any kind of value in this video, please drop a thumbs up. Really appreciate y'all.
So that is it, guys. That wraps up another little side-by-side video. This video wasn't too long today, but if you did find any value in this video, I ask that you please drop a thumbs up on this video. And any questions you might have, just drop them down below. I'll always get to you guys' comments, always, to your questions. So please feel free to comment down below, guys. And thank you so much for watching.